I'm Christopher Loyke. I'm a Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Army Reserve. On the civilian side, I'm Chief Medical Officer of University Hospitals in Cleveland, Parma Medical Center, and Director of Medical Education of their internal medicine and family medicine programs. And then my undergrad was at Creighton University in Omaha, Nebraska. Medical school is Ohio University College of Osteopathic Medicine in Athens, Ohio. I did 3 years of postdoctoral training at Brentwood Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio, and then practiced in private practice setting for about 20 years. I got a cold call from a recruiter from Media Cross in St. Louis. Her name was Lisa Pramod. And she called me up on a Thursday afternoon. I've been working Thursday afternoons for 15 years in the office, 1 to 8. And at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I got an overhead page for a phone call. And ironically, the only time I ever get overhead pages are usually if a physician is calling. They won't page otherwise. I answer the phone and it's, Dr. Loyke, I'd be wondering if you were interested in taking care of military families, soldiers and military families. And I said, absolutely, I'd be delighted to. And she said, that's great, Dr. Loyke. Thank you, and your country thanks you. Now there's just one catch. You have to join the Army. And that's when I told her I'd call her back. From that point on, when I heard about the offering, that it was 90 days every 3 years, and that the country needed me, after a discussion with my wife where I got permission, I went ahead and signed up. So I signed on, raised my hand and said the oath in December of 2011, and put the uniform on for the first time in April 2012. I deployed to Afghanistan in October of 2012. Having no military background and nobody in my family having had a military background, my notion of the military was really only off TV and things that I have heard. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was not anything what I expected. It is a family, and you're well taken care of. The medical equipment and the medical training is state-of-the-art. In deployed environment, they have nicer ventilator systems and ICUs than I have in my hospital, where I've been working at for 20 years. When I initially talked to the recruiter, I'd asked to, I didn't want any of that weekend stuff. I didn't need any of that. I just wanted to deploy. And I told him if I didn't deploy, I wouldn't be a soldier for very long. So he put me with a group called APMC, Professional Management Command. I was wrong about weekend drill. Weekend drill actually ended up being one of the most pleasant experiences. I was 49 years old when I joined. So after working in private practice, people could not believe that I joined the military. My partners were convinced that I was getting $1 million. I have a senior partner who just absolutely thought I was full of baloney, thought there's no way you're doing this to serve. You're getting way more money. Tell me, Chris, how much you making? How much they giving you to do this? People couldn't believe it. The family, most of my children were already out of college and working in through grad school. And my wife had been a stay-at-home mom, had returned to a career. So from a timing standpoint, it was perfect. It was very interesting in a small community when you practiced in a family medicine clinic, in the same clinic for 18 or 19 years, it becomes like family. Your patients become your family and friend. And there was a lot of astonishment, a lot of fear for my personal safety. A lot of people telling me, oh, well, maybe you won't get deployed. And of course, inside I'm thinking, why would I join if I don't need something to do. I don't need to make friends. I don't need something to do on the weekends. I strictly joined to deploy and to serve. There's no secret handshake, but once you join the military, you realize how many people are out there serving their country. And these are tremendous people, quality people, and a lot of them are making tremendous sacrifices to serve. Serving in the military mitigates burnout. It gets the practicing physician refocused on what's important. My two greatest passions on the professional side are teaching, education, and service. And I'm a strong believer that if you went into medicine for the right reasons, then teaching and service are part of your DNA. They're what you want to do. And I think when you're in a busy medical practice, like a family practice, but certainly in surgery and subspecialties, you start to lose sight of why you went into medicine to begin with. You get caught up in the day-to-day routines. It's stressful. There's not a lot of free time. The military gives you that added dimension to your practice that helps mitigate fatigue. It helps mitigate burnout, and it refocuses you on what's important, which is service to others. That kind of mental break, a 90-day deployment, 2 weeks in the summer, even a 3-day weekend, where you can get away from the normal rigors of your daily practice and work with a different group of individuals who are equally talented, equally skilled at what they do. I think that's probably the greatest benefit to me and to people like me. I highly recommend service in the military to my peers.